If you come from a narcissistic family system and you have one narcissistic parent or maybe more, chances are great that there's other narcissists around, maybe siblings and maybe even family friends or neighbors or somebody who is kind of in unison with the narcissist when it comes to bullying, when it comes to shaming and blaming and all of those things and attacking people around you. So if there's somebody like that around you and you're dealing with a narcissistic family system and you're in like a narcissist nest, which is like a wasp nest where you can get stung at any moment horribly, then this video is for you. I've had requests to make a video about this, and it's such a broad topic. I'm going to try to boil it down to some tips that you can do in this video that I'm going to talk to you about. And then also there's a question for you to ask yourself, and it's a question for introspection that's really, really, really important. It's a key question, and I'll be getting to that towards the end. But for now, I'm going to get to this topic when there's more than one narcissist in your family. I'm Dr. Meg Haworth. I'm a transpersonal psychologist, a holistic nutritional chef, and a best-selling author. And I help women survivors of narcissistic abuse, narcissistic parents particularly, to heal the mental, the emotional, the physical, and the energetic parts of the self. So let's get started. The first tip I have for you is to stop falling into the manipulative ploys that the narcissist gives you at every turn to argue with them. A narcissist loves to argue. That's one of their greatest sports, and they love to pull you into an argument. They love to get you in that defensive, protective mode where you feel like you just have to defend yourself. And the thing that they love about it is they love to watch you suffer. They love to watch you try to grasp for things to say or to say back to them. They love to watch you try to get to one-up them. And key right here is they are gaining energy from you as you go through this experience. So anytime they try to push you into an argument and get you to defend yourself, to protect yourself from them, is a narcissistic ploy on their part to get you engaged with them, to take your energy from you. So this is one area where you can learn to take your own energy back by not engaging with them in these arguments. And the first time you do it, it's going to be weird. It's going to be hard. It doesn't mean it doesn't hurt what they're saying. But the more you can just stay calm and just not say anything, just flatline, then there's no emotional energy for them to pull on, to plug into you over. And this takes time to get to this place of really introspective healing, of really getting your own energetic parts back into yourself to be able to have enough energy to be able to do this. But you can do this, where you just stand there and just don't engage. So that's something that I want you to really work towards. It's really important. And really think about this mindset of, this narcissist is taking this from me, or this group of narcissists that are ganging up to get you. If this is what's happening in your family system, and it happens in a lot of narcissistic family systems. So they are ganging up to take your energy. Don't let them do it. It's your energy. That's what you need to run your life. So that's my first tip. My second tip is to stop describing in detail everything that you want them to know, because you're over explaining yourself, you're over describing things that you're into, you're trying to get them to see something good and redeeming. You're trying to maybe sell yourself to them in some way to try to get some kind of positive attention from them. It's not going to happen. So the less you explain yourself, the less you share, the better. Like, I'm serious. Stop sharing. They may question you and try to get all kinds of little things out of you, but what they're going to do is they're going to use that information against you. They may use it to gang up on you. So don't explain yourself. So if you find yourself, and this is something that's really common for for codependents who've been in narcissistically abusive relationships, for codependents in general, is that we try to explain ourselves. We'll over-explain ourselves. And this is always a red flag for you to stop doing, because they will use any information that you give to them about yourself against you at some point or another. And they have like stingers where they just, stingers and zingers, and they just zing you and sting you at any given moment in time. So you give them some information today at your Christmas party, and then 2 years later, it comes right back at you, something that you said or the way that you said it. And then you didn't mean it that way at all, but they're looking for something to get you engaged over so that they can take your energy from you, so they can watch you go down. And it's awful. So be really, really careful. So don't over-explain yourself. Don't give them a lot of information. Those are two really critical things to do. Now, I'll take a little break here, and I want to tell you first of all, I want to thank you for watching the video, and I want to thank you for subscribing to my channel. If you haven't done that so already, please go ahead and do that. Also, please like the video. It helps to send this up in the algorithm so that other people get to see this information, people that are really searching, that really need this kind of information and need a message from somebody who's talking about narcissism in a different kind of way, talking about ways to deal with a narcissistic family system in terms of energy dynamics and emotions. This is really, really important. And these emotions that you're going to be holding in your system, particularly the shame, the fear, the guilt, all of those things are things that are affecting you and can make you sick over time. And I help you release those. And so just keep watching. I'll give you more information in a moment. So on to the third tip that I have for you. If you are in a narcissistic family system and you're dealing with a narcissistic wasp nest where they're going to sting you at any moment and they may gang up on you, or it's awful. Okay, I've been there. I don't recommend this to anybody. So the third tip I have for you is to stop allowing them to take your energy through personal attacks. A narcissist loves to personally attack you. They'll attack any arena of your life. And it may even be really good things about yourself that they're really jealous about and really envious of, and they're trying to tear you down. So when you know this is something where you can just like get your energy, your ire up, and use that ire to just go like, no, you're not going to take this energy from me. And so something I recommend that you start doing is using the power stance. And you can even do it when you're in their presence, where you have your feet apart, like hip width apart, and you're just standing strong in your energy. And you can even put your arms cross your arms in front of you, just standing strong and standing in this power stance. You can have your arms down by your side or even on your hips, where you're just standing there in this power stance, and you're just like grounding yourself, this grounding rod for love. And they are just trying to tear you down, and you're just like, nope, I'm not going to let you take me down. So like I said, they're going to personally attack you. They're going to try to take your energy away from you, and you do not have to let them do this. And again, this is not something that you do overnight. You can start trying these tactics, start trying these different things, and see how you do. It takes practice. Like any new habit that you start to form, it takes practice. But the more that you do these things that I'm suggesting, the less they're going to come after you. The less they're going to see you as supply and target. Now, at first, when you start employing these, they may come after you harder. They often will come after you harder. And just know that. It's an important thing to note. But the stronger you get in yourself, the more powerful you become in your own empowered self, the better off that you're going to be when you get into these situations with your narcissistic family system. Okay, the fourth thing you're going to need to do, and it kind of wraps up all of these things, is seek help. You are going to need to seek help to deal with this narcissistic family system. You're going to need to seek help to heal, to get to the place where you are strong enough in yourself that you can do this. Now, a lot of people go no contact, and that's totally fine if that's what you need to do. But you need to be prepared that if you go no contact, it is not an easy road. You're still going to have to do this work, because you're still going to have to deal with the rumination that's going on in your mind all the time about what they're thinking, what they're doing, what they're going to do next, where they're going to surprise you and pop up somewhere. So you have to really be thoughtful about taking care of yourself through this. You have to find yourself, your own true identity, who you really are, and you have to be really strong and firm in that. If you had a narcissistic parent, you were robbed of that in most cases. Unless you're doing something that was totally approved by them and you happen to enjoy it, great. But chances are great that you also gave up a dream that you had that you really, really wanted because your narcissistic parent told you, no, that's ridiculous. You can't do that. And so you held yourself back and you didn't do the thing that you really, really, really wanted to do. And you did the thing that was acceptable. And even though you may love that thing or like that thing, or maybe you hate that thing, it's still not genuine to you. And so becoming genuine to you, going from that wounded acon, adult child of a narcissist, to healed icon, independent, confident, original, and naturally you, is a trip. It's a road that you'll go on. Remember how I said there was a question at the end of this video that I wanted you to ask yourself, a question for introspection? When it comes to narcissistic family systems and growing up with a narcissistic parent, maybe having narcissistic siblings. So that one question I want you to ask yourself, and this is a tough one, these might be some fighting words for you, but the question I want you to ask yourself is, in what ways have you maybe repeated some of the behaviors of your narcissistic parent? Whew. That's a big question because, and I'll tell you from my own experience. So I used to have problems with jealousy and envy and competition and all this stuff that wasn't helping me at all. And when I started to learn about the whole concept of questioning yourself and asking yourself, like, why am I this way? Also looking at your parents and seeing things that they did to you and not repeating those things. So you have to really look at yourself and go, wow, I just did that to somebody. So I started to really look at all the different ways that I was manipulative, that I might have learned from my narcissistic parent. I started to look at empathy, am I being empathetic? Was I singling somebody else out over here and not being empathetic and kind to them while being kind to this other group of people over here, which is something I witnessed a lot from my parent. So I started to really look at that and I started to change those behaviors. And so this is good news for you that if you are in a narcissistic family system and you've ever asked yourself that question, am I also narcissistic? Look at that, really look at that. If you are able to look at that, you're able to see yourself and see the ways that you manipulate and see the things that you really want to change in regards to all of that, then good for you. That means you're not a narcissist. That means that you just might be repeating behaviors from your family system that are narcissistic, that aren't necessarily something that you want to carry forward, that you might not want to pass on to your kids or to your, to anyone in your life that you might love and care about. All right, so that question, that's a journal prompt sort of question that I think you should spend some time just really asking yourself about the answer to. Now, personally, what I do when I walk into narcissistic family system, and there are multiple narcissists around because they are around, then I see it as an event. I do this now. I didn't used to be able to do this. I'm practiced at this, been doing this a long time. But now I see it as an opportunity to walk into this experience to see, one, how far have I come in this? Everything that I've been learning, because I constantly am in this process of learning and growing and developing myself. I never stop. So I always say the fun never stops as long as you're in a body. There's always something that you can work on and develop in yourself. So I keep working on these things. But I see it as an opportunity to see what I've just learned to me, it's a class in Earth School. It's the hardest class, and it's the one where I've gotten the most resilience. I've gotten the most access, ultimately, to love, to empathy, to kindness, to caring. I've been able to expand all of those things. I've been able to expand compassion and love, as I said, I have been actively in love school for my entire adult life, and I'm going to continue being in that school. So join that school. Join that love school. And if you're interested in that, you can come to my Love School Online Holistic Academy. The links are in the description below, where you're going to learn about the course offerings that I have. Healing the 5 wounds of parental narcissistic abuse. There are 5 primary wounds, and that course is going to help you heal that. I've got other upcoming courses on the inner child and helping to heal the inner child, things for healing the body. I'm going to have some cooking courses too to help, and nutrition and foods that you can eat to help you support your body to heal itself. So check that out. Also, you can book a free call with me. Please book a free call with me if this resonates with you and you want to work through this stuff rapidly, not the 6 sessions you're going to get with a therapist on your insurance plan that doesn't really know anything about narcissistic abuse and hasn't been there. What I do is I help you rapidly with my whole person integration technique to release the emotional energy that's held in your body, and I help you to heal rapidly. So many people that come to me are just like, oh my God, I got more out of one session than I got out of 10 years of working with my therapist. And therapy is really important. I have a lot of clients who do traditional psychotherapy in conjunction with the kind of holistic emotional release therapy methods that I use, with the inner child method I use. So help yourself. This is something that's so important for you if you are an adult child of a narcissist, is to help yourself heal, to help yourself be you, to help yourself walk away from this family system. At the very least, do it energetically. And when you do that energetically, you can stand strong in yourself, and then they stop bothering you because there's nothing left for them to plug into. And it's the greatest thing. Or you can go no contact. There's just a lot of different choices for you. You have to do what's right for you. Well, anyway, I hope that this information has really helped you when you're dealing with the narcissistic family system, when you're dealing with other narcissists around, because they often do travel in packs, just like empaths travel in packs, like attracts like. And those opposite forces are like forces. So just know that. And you get to change that, which is where the power is for you. So again, thank you so much for watching. I hope that this information will help you get well now.